So polygons in a coordinate plane. So polygons are the shapes that we have been working on. So triangles, trapezoids, parallelograms, rectangles, squares. Anything that is a two-dimensional shape is a polygon. So we are going to have to draw them, and we have to find the perimeter and area when these shapes, when these polygons are inside of a coordinate plane like so. So the first thing we need to do is we need to review plotting the points on a coordinate plane. If you cannot remember how to plot a point on a coordinate plane, this week's going to be pretty difficult for you, okay? And I obviously do not want that. So plot 4, -5 in that coordinate plane that you guys see there. So who can remind me, how do I plot 4, -5? Liza. I don't go up and then I do not go over to the left. So not up and then over. I go over and then down. So remember, we always go X. So it's always X, Y. And X is always your horizontal. It says X right here. So X is horizontal, Y is vertical. So you have to go across before you can go up or down. Like that phrase, you have to learn how to walk before you can jump. So we got to walk across before we can jump. So I'm going to go over 4 to the right because right is positive. So I go over 4 right. And then I am going to go down 5 because that negative means down. And I'm going to put a dot. And that's where that first dot's going to be. Okay, so 0, 3. Someone tell me, how do I do 0, 3? Hattie. Excellent. So that 0 means I'm going to go 0 on my X, and I'm just going to go up 3. And I'm going to put a dot. Who can tell me how to get to 2, 2? Peyton. Okay, which direction do I go over 2? So I'm going to go right 2, and I'm going to go up 2, and put a dot. Nicely done, Peyton. Okay, who can tell me how I get to -1, 6? I will call on people, guys. Sana. Good, I'm going to go to the left -1, and I'm going to go up 6. Perfect, Sana. Someone tell me how I get to -4? -4. Sydney. Excellent. Someone tell me how I get to -3, 0. Jace. Okay, so where -3? Like, because I've got 2 -3. So am I going to this -3? Or which, so where am I going? Very good. And then I go 0 up, 0 down. So it's going to stay right there. Perfect. Good job, Jace. Last one, guys. -5, 5. Someone tell me how I can graph from -5, 5. Connor. Very nicely done. All right. Any questions on plotting those points, you guys? Is that coming back to us now? Okay, because that's obviously going to be a pretty big deal. If we don't plot our points properly, we're not going to be able to find the perimeter and the area. So who can remind me, what is perimeter? Colo. Okay, so perimeter is all the sides added up, which means perimeter is the distance around the outside of the shape. Okay, who can tell me what area is then? Jace, what's area? Good, so it is the space inside the shape. So the perimeter is the distance around the outside, the area is the space inside. Okay, so now on the bottom it says we're going to try it. Okay, so here's what we have to do. The first thing you have to do right here, it's your very first one that's listed. You need to count to determine the length of each side of the rectangle to the right. And then we want to make sure we label that. So the length is the one that goes across. So the way that we count is every single box, because they're counting by ones, it goes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, is by 1. So every one of these boxes is 1. So if I count, I start from the edge of the shape and I go to the line. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which means I have 9 is the length of my bottom of that rectangle. Do I have any questions on how I got that number, you guys? Okay, question. If the bottom is 9, what's the top, you guys? Good, it's also going to be 9. Now, we don't have labels on this, do we, guys? There's no centimeters, no meters, no inches, none of that sort of stuff. So if we don't have labels, what should we write? Units. Excellent. So let's write units. So the top is 9, the bottom is 9. That is the length of our top and bottom. Okay, now we have to find the other side, right, guys? Okay, so what is, so everyone find that length for me. Don't say it out loud though, but everyone find it. Tell me what the height of this rectangle would be. Tell me in the chat privately when you got it. Tell me the length of that in the chat privately. Excellent, guys. Nicely done. Good, good, good. All right, you guys all told me 7, which is correct. And then don't forget to label it units. And if this side is 7, what is this side, you guys? Hopefully you're all telling me 7. All right, any questions so far? Okay, so that was kind of this part right here. We skipped this draw line to show the height of the rectangle because that height was already drawn for us. And then we counted to determine the height of the rectangle, and we labeled our height. So now we need to find the perimeter of this rectangle. So now that we know our length and we know our height, we can find the perimeter. Okay, so everyone find the perimeter for me. Type it into the chat when you have it. Don't forget to label. And then I want everyone to double check their math. Double check and make sure you're getting the right number. So I want perimeter. We're doing perimeter. So someone remind me, how do I find perimeter of this shape? What do? Add all the sides together. So I'm doing 9 plus 9 plus 7 plus 7. And when I add all of those up, a good majority of you got it right, which means my answer is what? Good, you should have told me 32. Now you got to make sure you label properly. Remember, with perimeter, our label is just units. No squared, no nothing, just strict 32 units. Questions on that, you guys? Okay, now let's do the same thing with the area. Will everyone tell me what the answer for the area is in the chat of this rectangle? Okay, good guys. So, everyone that I've seen have gotten the answer correct. So remember, when we're finding area, the formula is area equals length times width. Sorry, I swallowed wrong. My length is 9, my width is 7, and as you guys all told me, 9 times 7 is 63. Now you just have to make sure you label properly, and this is the hard part because you guys are typing on the computer, and there's no like button that you guys can really push to make it say units squared, where you guys have that 2 there, so make sure you all have that squared, and then for you guys, you would just have to write out the word squared when you're on your computer, if you're not on like a Word document or something like that. So, future references, make sure you type out the word squared, so it's 63 units squared or 63 squared units. You can flip those around. All right, any questions so far, you guys? Okay, let's flip to our next page. Keep going. Okay, let's actually go to the pink page first because this is what we're just working on. Okay, so right here, I want to find the perimeter of the shape drawn in the coordinate plane. So we have our shape. What shape is this, you guys? Hopefully you're all telling me a... Okay. Say you will figure it out once you find your length and your width. So everyone find the length and the width for me. Don't want you to say it out loud. I just want you to find it. Write it down. And then you... All right, guys, everyone tell me the length. Write in the chat, what's that length? Okay, good. I am seeing 6 units. That is correct. That is your length. Because there are 6 across. Everyone tell me your height. What did you get for your height? Okay, good. Most of you I'm seeing are getting it correct. It is 5 units. So it is 6 units across. It is 5 units up. So what shape is that going to be then? A square or a rectangle, you guys? That is a rectangle because they do not match. So everyone find the perimeter for me, please and thank you. Make sure you show your work. Super Peyton Jace, nicely done, guys. Make sure you guys have the perimeter of the entire shape. Entire shape. Good job. Good job. Good job, guys. Good. So remember, guys, to find the perimeter, you have to take all 4 sides and add it together. So it's 6 plus 6, because remember, if the bottom is 6, the top is 6. And then plus 5, because if one side's 5, the other side is 5, which, as you guys are all telling me, is 22 units. And that is correct. Nicely done, you guys. Everyone find the area for me now. We're going to add that one in. Find the area. Make sure you show your work, please, and thank you. Don't forget to label properly, guys. Good, good, good. Good, nicely done, guys. Very good. Seeing lots of good answers. I'm seeing that 6 times 5, and as you guys told me, the answer is 30 units squared. 30 squared units. Nicely done. Questions, you guys? Okay, let's go do number 2. Okay, so this time it's asking me to find the area. So first I need to find my height and my length. Okay? Now, where do you guys think the length is on this triangle? Does it go up and down, side to side? Where's the length? Hopefully you guys are all telling me it's the side to side right here. So right here is my length. It goes side to side. So you're not counting full squares, guys. You're counting from line to line. So that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, that's 5, and that's 6. It does not matter that that square is not fully filled in. It's from line to line. It's from the starting point to the ending point. Does that make sense, everyone? Okay, how many was that, you guys? What's our length? What's our base? Good, hopefully you guys told me 6 units. Now remember, height, guys, is always at a 90-degree angle. So is this line my height, the one that goes at a diagonal, or is this one my height that goes up and down? Hopefully you guys are telling me up and down. Because remember, all height must be at a 90-degree angle, must go up and down. Remember, you go from the point of the triangle to the other point of the triangle. It does not matter if it is not a full triangle or a full filled in square. So tell me how many units that is, you guys. Good, good, good. Hopefully you guys are all telling me 4. So those are 4 units. Okay, now here's the thing. Remember, a triangle, guys, is not the same formula as a rectangle. So you need to now go find the area, but we got to show our work. So who can tell me what the area to find the formula is for the area of a triangle? What's the formula? If you got to look back on your INSCAS reference sheet, look back because you don't have to have it memorized. Nicely done, Eliza. Okay, so Eliza just told me, guys, its area equals 1/2 base times height. So 1/2 base times height. So when you plug it in, it is 1/2 times your base. What's my base? My base is 6 times your height. My height, is 4. Okay, and then everyone tell me what you got for that answer. Nice job, Cooper. Sydney, don't forget a label. Hank, try that again. I think you maybe just mistyped it, bud. Nicely done. Those of you that are just sending it in, just make sure you label properly, some of you. Okay, majority of you are getting it right. I'm seeing a couple of mistakes. Okay, so there's a couple of different ways you can do that. You can take your 6 times your 4, which will give you 24. And some people stop there. So remember, there's one more step with that 24. You have to take half of 24. So remember, half of 24 is not the same thing as multiplying by 2. I want whatever half of 24 is, and half of 24 is 12. So my answer is 12 units squared, or 12 squared units. Question, you guys. Can I find the perimeter of this triangle? Can I figure out the distance from here to here? Hopefully you guys are telling me no, you can't, and that is correct. We don't know the length of this line because it is not perfectly straight on the coordinate plane. So if you guys see diagonal lines, you cannot find the length of those lines. Like for instance, this number 4 down here, we can't find the length of these diagonal lines because they are diagonal. Does that make sense, guys? Questions? Okay, I'm going to stop my recording there for